Welcome, race fans of the internet, back to Talking Dirt TV for another feature presentation of the Southern Outlaw Auto Racing Association Street Stocks. Tonight, we bring you round number 6 of the season number 4 here at Southern National Motorsports Complex. Beautiful, beautiful facility here. And I was trying to see where it is. I know it's in North Carolina somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where it is. Let's see, what does that say there?
It says Lucama or Lucama.
Lucama, North Carolina. Beautiful facility here at Southern National as we get right into tonight's racing action. I believe qualifying just about done as we pull up the times. It'll be, it went away. Oh, Lord, let's pull that one back up. Qualifying times coming back to your screen as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Rutherford, the quick time. Aaron Thompson, second. Thompson will drop to the back, taking the winner's EOL from last Tuesday night. That, of course, was at the Watkins Glen International Speedway. James Murphy rolls third quick. He'll qualify third, about a tenth and a quarter behind Rutherford. Wenzel fourth, Martin fifth, Hayes sixth, Gross, Carter, Huntoon, and Dylan Sale round out the top 10 in qualifying. And as we speak, let's pull up tonight's starting grid and roll from where we left off. We got down to 10. Michael Hall will roll 11th. Elliott Vining will roll 12th. Then back behind them, you'll have Tyler McWhirter starting 13th. Daniel Brown starting 14th. It will be, I believe, Tanner Durkee starting in the 15th spot. Pete Dillon starting 16th. 17th, it'll be Brian Toller. And 18th and final starter, Brian Treadwell in car number 48. Now let's take them down pit side and look at these cars as they grid up for tonight's main event. Matt is on the call as well. I forgot to mention Mr. Matt Pridge joining us once again here as we get into what should be an exciting night of racing. Southern National, tight little bull ring. We've seen a lot of great racing on it, both in real life and on the sim here. So I'm excited to see what these guys have in store for us here tonight, Matt.
Yeah, man, this is a pretty narrow track. It's got, decently long straightaways, some tight corners, but it usually provides, some of the best racing on the sim, in my opinion, when it comes to asphalt.
Oh yeah, nice close quarters action is what we're expecting here as we wait on that timer to wind on down. As Mr. Thomas Engel, I've said it time and time again, just can't figure out to join as a spectator, I believe. And that will force us to wait the entire 2-minute starting grid. So there we are. The cars are released. The pace car will pull off, and we will begin, I believe, our one pace lap here tonight at Southern National. If you haven't seen already, James Murphy currently leading in the points. So go back to try and pull that back up. So it was Murphy ahead of Christensen before last week. With Rutherford's run last week, I believe he might have jumped second. Let's see here. Actually, probably not. Christensen should still be in second, Matt, in points. And then it should be Rutherford, Carter, Vining may have. Yeah, Vining jumped Carter last week, so Vining goes to fourth in points. But right now, the big story of the season, a young man who has relatively low experience on asphalt, Matt, is kind of showing these guys the business right now. James Murphy, your points leader, as we hit this week will be the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, and he's really been hitting his strides here on the asphalt lately. I mean, obviously he can't come out swinging on the dirt as they take the green flag. Obviously he come out swinging on the dirt, but, fantastic driving by this young fella this season so far. But Rutherford off to a good lead. Now we got Nathan Wenzel trying to dip down on his inside. We're going to make it too wide through turns 3 and 4, and I believe, Rutherford leads that lap by a hair.
Yeah, Rutherford just out in front of Wenzel. They're still 2 by 2. Told you this will be nice close quarters racing action as nobody is able to separate. You got Rutherford and Wenzel. They're battling for the lead. Hayes and Murphy battling for second, and everybody else 2 by 2 all the way back. It's finally 3 laps in. Rutherford, Matt, is able to clear the 0-3 of Nathan Wenzel. He'll be your sole leader out front as we come to complete lap number 3.
Great racing by those two guys to keep it nice and clean and, keeping the racing entertaining this early on. We got 80 laps. We're on lap 4, so It's only going to show you what's going to come. So now, right now, you got a little bit of contact between the 4 machine of Colt Martin and Dylan Sale a little bit there, but Colt going to take the high side here, try to get around Vining.
Yeah, these guys absolutely world-class talents when it comes to street stock racing. You see there a little bit of contact between Sale and Martin. Martin bounces off the wall that time, but he was able to save it fairly quickly as we now go 3 wide, 33 of Brown on the bottom. He's going to clear both of them, and Martin's going to turn the 12. Martin's going to turn the 12. That's going to draw our first yellow of the night. Just as I was saying that these guys really figuring this one out, Colt Martin going to bounce up into the wall and incidentally hook the 12 car as we watch him down through turns 1 and 2. You see Martin, he's going to bounce up high, and Dylan Sale, no idea that he's there. You can't see that far behind you. And he will drift up just a little bit as Martin bounces off that wall, and that will draw tonight's first caution. 8 laps in here, Matt. But other than that, so far so good. These guys absolutely putting on a spectacle, to say the least. And I believe Andrew Rutherford a little disappointed that caution comes out there because he wasn't really able to build up as much of a lead as he was. Oh, as he had wanted to. Nathan Wenzel, don't know what's going on there, but he scrubs the inside wall. But as I was saying, Rutherford really looked like he was in the mindset of seeing how far out he could build that lead before anything would have happened, and an early caution puts a stop to that. So we don't know if Rutherford's any faster than anybody right now. As Sean Hayes, he's +3 already. That's a good-looking 00 ride. He looks like he could definitely be a contender for this one. Murphy, of course, up there in the top 5. He'll ride 4th. And Elliott Vining rounds out your top 5. Matt, we've already got a +9. Can you guess who it is?
I don't have that information up in my face right now. I'm gonna guess Aaron Thompson.
It'll be Pete Dillon. Pete Dillon +9 started.
Oh, okay.
Started in the 16th position. He is up to 7th as we sit. Danny Brown right in front of him. Brown is up 8 as well. So 2 early contenders for tonight's hard charger here at Southern National. Vining +7. So a lot of guys making some big moves here early as we get set to look at your leaders here. Rutherford going to choose the outside. Him and Wenzel will be on row number 1. Back to row 2. It'll be Hayes 3rd, Murphy 4th, Brown and Vining, Gross and Dillon, Hall and Huntoon as we get set to come back to the green flag. Out of turn number 4. Southern Outlaws back on the loud pedal as Nathan Wenzel gets a horrible jump into 1.
Yeah, so interesting there. Rutherford decides to choose the outside line on that restart. And it honestly worked out great for him. Nathan Wenzel not able to get, a good start. Now he's got the 65 of James Murphy in that TDTV car battling him for the 2nd position. And he's looking pretty good on that outside right now, I'd say.
Absolutely. As I got an update that there was some incident back towards the tail. Aaron Thompson, last week's winner, a little bit of a glitch there. Is now, I believe, the 5 of Michael Hall. Yeah, Michael Hall gets a little bit squirrely coming down the front straightaway. A lot of guys, Matt, pushing a little too hard here too early, bouncing off that outside wall. Not what you want to have is James Murphy biding his time. He's fallen back to 3rd, now 4th, as Hayes gets around him, but up there on that top shelf trying to conserve as much of the tire wear as possible.
Yeah, and I know from the little bit of asphalt experience I have on this sim, the outside wears tires a little bit less than the inside does. So James Murphy might have been playing a little bit of long run there and trying to wear down the 03 tires there. But you never know. But I was going to say, though, earlier that some of these guys do look like they are racing a little too hard too early on here. I mean, not even close to halfway yet. And like you said, people bouncing off of walls and stuff. But now we got the 00 Sean Hayes trying to dip his nose inside the 03 of Nathan Wenzel. Not able to quite get it there. He's going to dip behind his back bumper again.
Yeah, incident with Dylan Sale towards the back of the pack here. He's going to pull back up in front of your leader, Rutherford, who's going to track him down and possibly put him as the first car to go a lap down this evening. 18 laps in the books this time by. Working down lap number 19, leader Rutherford. Go back to Wenzel. Him and Hayes were having a heck of a battle there, as you were stating. As right now they're about nose to tail here as Hayes going to get in behind the 03. See that little bit of left front damage on the 03 of Nathan Wenzel? That was acquired during the caution. Nathan Wenzel got down there a little bit too low and hit that inside wall. And he is sort of paying the consequences right now.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that might have been a case of texting and driving. So don't text and drive, people. Oh, spin out. Elliott Vining around in the 49. Unfortunate.
Trying to catch him. There he is, Elliott Vining in the Lowe's Home Improvement number 49. We'll go around here, draw caution on lap number 22. Let's hit that rewind button and find out what happens with the 49 here as he works his way. Oh, yeah, gets inside of Murphy, gives him a little bit of a nudge, hits the binders there, and I couldn't quite catch who that was that made contact. I believe it was the 7. Yeah, 7 of Dillon makes a little contact. Incidental, nonetheless. Vining goes around here, and the caution will draw on lap number 22. But for Vining's, for his sake, Matt, that car doesn't look any the worse for wear. So he should be able to pick up right where he left off, but he's got a long way to go now back to, I believe he'll start 17th.
Well, we're coming up on quarter of the way done with this race, so I think he's got plenty of time.
Plenty of time
to make the positions back up. But Andrew Rutherford had a fantastic lead going that last green flag run. I know he hated to see that caution come out.
Yeah, he most definitely did not appreciate that caution. Like I was saying earlier, he had started to build a lead the first time, and now he built a lead the second time. And once again, Matt, it has gone away as we have yet another caution. I believe this will be our second caution of the night. And they're going to take another pace lap or two before we get packed back up to release the field. If y'all are watching and this is your first time, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and juice us on up to, I believe we're right at 100 subscribers. Let's go ahead and hit that 100 before the night is over with. Go ahead and hit that like button as well, as we are dropping some frames, and I don't know why. I believe that should take care of it there. Yeah, we look like we're doing a little bit better there. We dropped a whole bunch of frames because I was uploading something onto the Facebook page. But green flag going to fly once again. Rutherford back on the loud pedal on the top shelf. And he will lead Murphy and Wenzel down into turns 1 and 2. Matt, what a jump for Murphy as he cleared that 0-0 there at the start-finish line.
Yeah, there once again, Rutherford choosing that outside line allows James Murphy to be able to fire off a little bit better than Nathan Wenzel can. So that allows for some side-by-side racing right off the bat whenever that green flag drops. So that also allows Rutherford, since these two fellas are battling it out, that allows Rutherford to get a little bit of a lead here. So kind of it's chess, not checkers move here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And what I've always said, especially, racing dirt, I would much rather, Matt, be starting third than starting second. And that case in point there for Murphy is that 03 of Wenzel, once again, having a bit of a bad restart. And he just about gave up the spot, but Murphy on the top wasn't able to make anything happen. Was back behind them. We got a little bit of contact. I believe Aaron Thompson there got into the 21 of McWhirter as we look on at the 33 and the 78 as they battle for position number, I believe that's 5 on the speedway. The 78 of David Gross on the top, the 33 of Daniel Brown on the bottom. And Michael Hall now in this mix in the Hooters, number 5. Oh, a little contact. That one got a bit hairy, Matt. But these guys keep battling here. Now it's, I believe, Hall and Gross as they battle for position number 6.
Yeah, Hall trying to make that bottom side work, trying to roll it around, just not quite the momentum off the corner he needs to get around Gross in the 78 machine. Gross able to hold him off a little bit there. Looks like he got a little bit sideways there, but nothing too crazy there. almost a
Whoa,
little
more
bit of contact. Hall is able to keep it off of the 78 machine. Gross.
And the rest of the field behind these guys, Matt, they are absolutely bottlenecked. As we look back up front, Rutherford is continuing to lead, but Nathan Wenzel just had a big incident there. Nathan Wenzel going to lose spot number 2. Murphy now moves into position to take that 3 spot away from him, as Nathan Wenzel in all kind of trouble here on lap number 35.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see this early on in the race, but you know, maybe he can cool his tires off a little bit, take it easy for a second, recollect his line there, and maybe make another charge to the front. He's going to try to dip on the inside of James Murphy there, and James going to give him room. And not so much going into turn 1. James made it a little tight for him. Nathan Wenzel's second guess it. Now he's going to move up to the top. Murphy down to the bottom. Big contact there. Big contact. Now it's going to bottleneck everybody up behind him. And Murphy back with the position.
Yeah, if we thought they were bottlenecked before, they are darn sure bottlenecked now. Murphy, Wenzel, Brown, Thompson all just about get together. And now we look at, I believe that's Aaron Thompson, David Gross side by side. Right behind them, it's Rodney Huntoon making a charge for the front, as he's able to, I believe, take the spot away from Martin there, put him in 9th for the lap, as now Colt Martin's going to get a run down the back chute. He'll make a little bit of contact to the rear end of Michael Hall's number 5 car. These guys, Matt, as close as it gets. Everybody matching each other lap for lap, turn for turn. As we look back up front, Murphy has escaped Wenzel, and now Wenzel's got a mirror full of the 33 car, as Danny Brown going to look for a lane to get around that Simu-Cube number 03.
Yeah, and Aaron Thompson right on his tail, trying to find a lane around both of them. So I mean, kind of right at the moment, follow the leader is what it's looking like. I think everybody's saying, okay, we need to settle down. You know, maybe save our tires a little bit. But so not too much crazy driving going on at the moment.
No.
Still side by side though with Huntoon and Michael Hall though, so they're still racing as hard as ever.
Exactly what I was about to say there. So Hall down
over
the bottom of the track. Wow. Michael Hall went for the crossover and did not realize he has 2 people right on his bumper. Oh, we got some around. Oh, wow. Nathan Wenzel and Danny Brown. Caution gonna fly. And we're gonna take another look at this one as they get into turns 1 and 2. As Wenzel. Oh, wow. Brown got into Wenzel, and they both get punted by the 19 of Thompson.
Did that collect the race leader, Andrew Rutherford?
There's no way. Oh, yes, it did. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a
new
twist.
Race leader.
Yes, I believe so.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
So here's Rutherford coming around. Hold on. Here's Rutherford coming around. He takes the yellow. Danny Brown backs down the track to try and turn around, has no idea that the race leader is there, and Rutherford runs right into the 33 car. And that is an unfortunate way to lose the race lead, because Rutherford does pit, and I do not believe that he will retain that race lead.
Yes, that is very unfortunate for your race leader, because he had both those restarts, man. He was just able to get off to a fantastic lead there, and didn't really look like anybody had much for him, which, I mean, nobody had a chance really yet, but still though.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker there. That's what you call, Matt, going from the penthouse all the way to the outhouse in one fell swoop down in turn number 1 for Andrew Rutherford, of no fault of his own, really. And it looks like he will, in fact, restart at the tail end of the field here. Well, maybe not as he goes to the outside here. Yeah, he'll stick right there. He's got Tanner Durkee right in front of him now, as I believe we double him up at the line this time. Race fans, we're going green flag racing out of turn number 4.
00 of Sean Hayes actually deciding to choose differently than Andrew Rutherford. He's going to choose to restart on the inside, which is going to give James Murphy that outside. So see if James is able to get a good restart off of this.
Murphy's got to time it up just right. Not quite for Murphy, but he does get a good jump to the outside. Hayes back on the loud pedal. Green flag going to fly 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back. Just like Noah led all the animals to the arc as we go down into turns 3 and 4. Hayes with a good run on the bottom. Looks like he's going to try and clear Murphy. Gets him to run up the racetrack just a little bit. Wipe up a little bit of momentum going down into 1 and 2. It's still neck and neck between your top two.
Yeah, Murphy able to make that outside line look pretty good around this this racetrack here today. He might can make a move here. I don't know. It's looking good so far, but Aaron Thompson single file behind those two, just waiting for one of them to make a move at this point. Honestly, he's like, hey, when y'all make a move so I can go by.
Absolutely, and we've passed the halfway point about 10 laps ago. And now, if Murphy was trying to conserve some tire wear, it's about that point of the race where you let that go and you hammer down, son, looking for his first win on asphalt with the series. Has one on dirt, looking for one on asphalt, and he's got a tough battle, Matt. We are still side by side for the race lead. What a battle between Hayes and Murphy, and the cameras aren't going anywhere as they continue to race down the back straightaway.
And Aaron Thompson, you know, having to take an EOL from winning last week, able to come from the back and charge all the way up here to put his name in this this three-way battle for the lead. Looks like Hayes is going to be able to pull out in front here, and now it's going to be a two-wide battle between Aaron Thompson and James Murphy for the second place position.
Yeah, and Hayes and Murphy almost made contact there. James let out of it, just about went into the wall. He'll fall back to second. Like you said, Thompson up in this mix now. Thompson is third. He's going to, I believe for the moment, have the spot away from Murphy. As we look back through the field here, go back to Alan Carter with Michael Hall on his tail end. Michael Hall trying to get around that Mama Pops number 3. Behind them is Elliott Vining, who is now outside of Pete Dillon. Dillon going to drop the spot. Never mind, Dillon's going to charge right back down to the bottom and take it right back from Vining. 24 laps to go this time. These guys need to settle it out here. Oh, caution. What do we have here? I believe it's going to be Tyler McWhirter. So we're going to hit that replay button here and see exactly what happens as he gets down into turns 1 and 2. The 18 machine right in behind him. Not exactly sure who that is. Not Durkee. Yeah, that's Tanner Durkee, I believe. Yeah, Tanner Durkee gets into the back end of Tyler McWhirter and sends him around to bring out our fourth caution of the night. Well, that just gave James a big break there, though, Matt, as he was in jeopardy of losing the second spot to Aaron Thompson. Now Murphy finds himself back in second and back on the outside for a restart, where we saw him get that great jump last time, unless, of course, Hayes were to choose the outside for this restart.
Well, something's telling me he's going to choose the inside. Well, that's looking like what it's doing is James is going to pull up to the outside here.
James is trying to take the choice away from him. He said, I'm going up here. You can't get the outside no more, young man.
But how can you get here if I'm
already here? How can you do it?
But yeah, so I don't know. James is looking strong there at the end of that run. It looks like he was pulling away with that position there right before the caution came out. I'm not going to lie there. So, you know, maybe the outside's going to come in now. You never know. I don't know much how asphalt works, so.
Well, we will sure as heck find out as we take the one to go to green. Hayes going to go down to the inside. Of course, Hayes going to go, as I just said it, Hayes going to go down the inside. Had something to strike me off to my left for just a second. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Murphy back to the outside. Green flag's going to fly. And we are back underway at Southern National. And Murphy down to the bottom instantly. Wow, what a move there. James Murphy knows the rule book, knows you can't change lanes before the start-finish line, so he waits till just after, down to second, right in front of Aaron Thompson, last week's winner. A couple other guys that are making strides here. Matt Hardcharger, still Pete Dillon. He's +7 in 9th. Hayes is +5 in the lead right now, though, so he's a hard charger in his own right, as these guys battling about 6th on back, as close as it gets through turns 3 and 4 that time.
Now the gaps are even between the first 4 cars, but they are starting to kind of spread across the board. And like you said, double wide here for the 5th position is going to be Colt Martin and Rodney Huntoon. Huntoon there with a little bit of advantage on the bottom, as he's going to almost clear Martin coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, and Elliott Vining gets into the wall there, down the back straightaway. That'll kind of fan the cars out for the moment. As we take the cameras back up front, check on your leader, Sean Hayes. Like you said, about a half car length advantage over Murphy. It's another half car length back to Aaron Thompson.
Yeah, some of this racing I'm seeing going over is kind of reminding me of dirt racing a little bit. These guys are, I've never really seen crossovers done this as much as I've seen in this race so far. So pretty interesting to see here. Oh, as we got Andrew Rutherford around in turns 3 and 4.
Oh,
not gonna throw the caution yet. We're gonna keep it green. And there goes the green flag here on lap 69.
Dylan Sale and Nathan Wenzel. Wenzel is still reverse on the speedway. Those two both spin around a couple of times. That will trigger another caution here at Southern National. And man, oh man, what led to this? Let's actually take the chance to rewind and get our replay of this one. Where does it start? I believe it starts with Andrew Rutherford here. Let's kick it like this. Michael Hall gets into the back of Rutherford, and that will domino the rest of the field here as Dylan Sale then gets into it. The 9 machine of Toller. I believe the 18 gets into it as well, or the 03, that is, of Nathan Wenzel. And then he and Sale from there will spin, which draws the caution. As we look back live, the 03 has finally turned the car around. He will most likely come in and take a fast repair. So 9 laps to go, Matt. We got another restart here, and Murphy played that last one just about as smartly as you can. But I do believe that Aaron Thompson will be keying on him to try that exact same move this time. So what do you do if you're the outside man?
That's a good question. You just got to, got to time it right. I mean, that's just, plain and simple, but it's hard to do. It's easier to say, harder to do. But I do believe James, I think he can pull it off. I don't know. I mean, you got Aaron Thompson down there in 3rd, David Gross in 4th. So, I mean, it's coming down to be a tough race. Absolutely.
We talk about him. He definitely has all the tools. The experience factor, though, does lean in Sean Hayes' favor. It leans in Thompson's favor, Gross's favor, everybody compared to Murphy. But the Wonder Kid back at it again here, riding in 2nd. I know we harp on him a lot, but it's exciting to see a guy that really has little to no asphalt expertise come in here and be competitive with these guys. I mean, he's the only rookie licensed driver in this field, so it definitely says something that he's been able to put on the show that he has. But take nothing away, Sean Hayes has run an incredible race as he has led us from about the halfway point as the green flag's going to fly again, and we are back underway at Southern National. And Murphy tried it there, Matt. 19 closes the door. Thompson plays it just right. And now those two will have to battle it out for the 2nd spot with just 6 laps to go.
And back to 2 wide with them. Looks like James had a little bit of an advantage there coming off of turn 4. Looks like he might clear him maybe next lap. I'm not too sure. A lot of contact there in the back. We're 3-4 wide.
There it goes.
Like the car went around there, so caution gonna fly. Big one has happened. The big one has happened.
Yeah, I felt that one happening from the time that the contact started when they came down the front straight away. But here you see They come down the back chute, the 3 of Carter, after some contact with Huntoon there. Dillon on the top. Those 3 cars get together, and the 3 machine of Alan Carter are going to go into the wall here. And we look back in this pile, taller, the 18, the 47, the 12 gets a piece, and then the 21 and 5 get in there as well. So a bunch of cars involved here on this caution, with I believe just 5 to go. And it's going to set us up for a green-white checkered finish. So apologies go out to Mr. Brian Hacker, who was watching live. Unless Rodney is able to, well, he's going to have to pit and take a fast repair there. So back to 15th for Huntoon. Absolutely hate to see it. I was pulling for him hard there for a few moments before that catastrophe goes down, unfortunately. Tanner Durkee with some damage on his 18 Toyota Camry as well. Brian Treadwell up in front of him. A little bit of damage on his Lowe's number 48. Homage to Jimmy Johnson there for Mr. Brian Treadwell. Looking back up front here, Matt, this one sets up another opportunity for the TDTV number 65, as well as the number 19 car right behind them. Thompson looking to go back-to-back. He'd only be, I believe, the 4th driver in series history to do so if he were able to go back-to-back.
Yes, a pretty impressive feat to be able to do that there, because the competition's tough enough as when you got to pass everybody to come back to win. It's pretty impressive. So these guys are stacking them up to get what's hopefully going to be the last green flag we get. Should be an exciting finish to this race.
Absolutely. I'm very well counting on it being exciting to the finish. As your top 4, top 5 are all neck and neck as far as speed goes. Here we go. Green flag gonna fly. Green, white checker to a finish here at Southern National. Hayes and Murphy on the loud pedal. Murphy gonna pull in tight. We're 2 by 2 all the way back. Down the back chute. 2 laps to go, Matt.
Murphy able to hang on the right rear quarter panel of that double zero machine. We got a couple people swerving back there, but nose to nose, not much separated them that lap at the start and finish line. Murphy able to keep it on the outside here, as we're having a lot of people.
Well, Matt, we are side by side. Here we go. Who's gonna get it?
Oh my God, that was
too close to call. I believe it's Hayes.
He's got it. What a finish. 0.021 split there at the line.
Absolutely.
We need a photo finish on that one.
My Lord, look at that. My Lord, ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed an instant classic here on TDTV. Look at this race for the lead. Oh, Hayes turns right. I'm not saying anything, but Hayes and Murphy at the line.
Hey,
what
everything's fair on the last
finish.
lap.
Oh, absolutely. Throw all the rules out during the last lap. And one last time in super slow-mo, Sean Hayes just barely beating out James Murphy to get the race win here tonight as he backs that number 00 into victory lane. As I believe he and Murphy are going to pull in to the victory lane. Let's go ahead and show you tonight's race results here for the feature. As it'll be Hayes getting the win, Matt, by 0.02 seconds over James Murphy. Aaron Thompson comes home 3rd. David Gross comes home 4th. Colt Martin 5th. Elliott Vining 6th. Andrew Rutherford 7th. Nathan Wenzel 8th. Dylan Sale 9th. And Pete Dillon rounds out the top 10. That's Michael Hall, Brian Toller, Brian Treadwell, Tyler McWhorter, Rodney Huntoon, Alan Carter, and Tanner Durkee, and Danny Brown rounding out the field here tonight at Southern National. But before we get into some interviews, Matt Pridgeon, how about that? What a spectacular showing this evening by not only these 2 young men, but everybody in this field. What a race that we just saw at Southern National.
Yeah, like you said, instant classic, and not just by these 2 young fellas, but by every driver we saw tonight. Everybody did a fantastic job. I know we had a few incidents here and there, but I mean, hey, they put on some great racing. So, hats off to everybody tonight.
Absolutely, Matt. Let's now go down trackside and catch up with tonight's race winner. Driver of the 00 machine pulls out all of the stops on the very final lap and is able to fend off that 65 car. It's none other than Sean Hayes. Sean, welcome back into the broadcast booth with us, collecting your second win of the season. But man, what a finish. I know you've got to be pretty pumped up following that one.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. I wasn't really expecting to get it there. I just wanted to make sure I did.
Absolutely, man. You go into that last restart there, and you kind of seen, most of the tricks that he had up his sleeve from the first or the restart there with about 10 to go, where he jutted down in behind you on the restart, and then the second time he wasn't quite able to do that. But that last restart, he gave you the best shot that he had, and you were able to be poised, cool, calm, collected, all of the above to keep that 00 out front. But man, this one has this, like I said, it's gotten to make you feel good, and it's gotten to put that momentum back on the right stretch as we get into the second half of the season.
Yeah, he got a really good start and was able to hold on the door good enough to slow me down to where he could stay with me the whole time, and I had to get into him a little bit to secure I had it at the line. Hopefully this gets us some momentum rolling the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And, hey, all is fair on the last lap, so nobody's faulting you at all, I guarantee you. Now, Sean, before we let you go celebrate here, I know you gotta go pop. I'm not sure how old you are, but pop open a cold one after this big win here tonight at Southern National. Go ahead, shout out any sponsors or anybody else that deserves some love for securing this victory here with the Southern Outlaw Street Stocks.
Rocket Man Racing, Cottle Captures, Rockets iRace Wraps, the shop, Little Flipper Motorsports, and I think that's about it.
Absolutely, man. Well, shout out to all of them, and once again, Sean, congratulations. Second win of the season in what is definitely going to be considered an instant classic for the series. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, man.
So that, of course, was tonight's race winner, Sean Hayes, in an instant classic battle with this young man that we now bring into the broadcast booth, going back down trackside, second place finisher tonight by a nose length, James Murphy. Man, James, so close to your first asphalt win with the series.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at finishing second.
That you are, as we saw it just a couple of weeks ago, but the tides are turning in the right direction. Like Matt and I stated, you were the guy in this series that had the least experience here, and the way that you've been able to, I guess, learn as you go and really become competitive has got to boost the confidence here as you continue to lead these points halfway through the season.
Yeah, this is one of the tracks that I've actually raced these cars at a few times, so I felt pretty confident coming in today. I was saving my tires at the beginning of the race, fell back a little bit, but it paid off in the end.
It absolutely did, and we look forward to seeing how you're able to fare as we head into the second half of the season. But James, go ahead and shout out anybody that you think deserves some love. Of course, McNee Racing Partners, everybody that's on your real car as well.
Yeah, I'd like to thank y'all for coming on board and broadcasting this every week. Like you said, McNee Racing Partner.
Absolutely. Hope all local Mark gets back from France in one piece.
Yeah.
Well, James, once again, congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you back here on Tuesday and wherever we run into each other in the real racing world.
Yes, sir.
So that was James Murphy's. Oh, I dragged myself out. I dragged myself out. How to do that? Oh, man. Y'all got to bear with me as I get used to doing this. Now we can talk to the third place man. Going back down trackside, it'll be Mr. Aaron Thompson. Aaron, so close to becoming, I believe, just the third or fourth guy in this series to go back-to-back. And you told me last week you weren't really excited for this one, but that 19 car was absolutely on a rail here. How did you feel about your performance here tonight?
Yeah, I was real happy starting that far back and making it up to third. I don't know, I felt like I pushed too hard too early and didn't quite have enough left there to get it done at the end. I would have loved to go back to back, but it is what it is. There's always another chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you had that thing on a rail, played a little Dodge car there early and was able to keep that 19 clean. So no worse for wear there. And as we get into, the second half of the season here, you were around the mid-pack there in points, but this really presents a good opportunity for you to capitalize on this momentum that you've got as we get into that second half of the season. How are you feeling about, your point situation as we continue on?
Yeah, it was obviously a real good points week last week, and it's another good one tonight. I just gotta keep clicking off some top fives and see where I end up.
Absolutely. Keep your head down and grind on. Aaron, before we let you go here, anybody that you want to shout out, any sponsors that deserve some love for getting that 19 back on the podium here this week?
Just our family business, KRL Motorsports, and my family, and putting up with this.
Absolutely. It's a tough thing to put up with for some people, but hey, when the guys are having fun like you are obviously tonight, it makes it all worth it. But once again, Aaron, congratulations, back in the top 3 here with us, and hey, we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, I hope so.
Absolutely. So that, of course, was Aaron Thompson, the last of your top 3 finishers here tonight. Matt, any closing words? Like we said, this was absolutely possibly one of the race of the year contenders. This might even be one of the best finishes that we have seen from this series to this point. No other words, man. This was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, man. It doesn't get much closer than that. And that's pretty much all I got.
Absolutely. So I guess, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to this point of the night. Go ahead, like this video, subscribe down below if you hadn't already. Let's go ahead and smash past 100 subscribers here to TDTV. More streams and other things coming very, very soon, I assure you. Go ahead, follow us on Facebook as well, facebook.com/TalkinDirt. You can hit us up on TikTok as well, @TalkinDirt. Got some new content to put out there as well. So, one last time here at Southern National Motorsports Complex, tonight's race winner was Sean Hayes. And we will catch you again next Tuesday night for more Southern Outlaw Auto Racing Street Stock Action live on TDTV.